Well, on behalf of the Premier, I'd like to state that it's a pleasure to be here today to announce the details regarding Level 4 staff residential placements under our government's continuum of care strategy. I'd like to first welcome our partners who have joined us today, and I see many of them in the room, along with representatives from Newfoundland and Labrador Foster Families Association. Good afternoon to you, as well as there's numerous staff here from the Department of Child, Youth, Family Services. I see service providers. I'll mention some of them in a little while, and colleagues from the House of Assembly as well. Good to see all of you here again this morning as well, and I thank you all for coming out. As a government, we recognize the importance of ensuring children and youth in residential placements receive the best quality of programs and services possible. As you may already be aware, the Auditor General had recommended that staff living arrangements be obtained through a competitive process wherever possible. The Department of Child, Youth, Family Services issued a request for proposals for contracted staffed residential placement resources just over a year ago in February of 2013. This process was selected as it provided a clear and standardized approach to find high quality and efficient placements. In addition, the process provided our government with the opportunity to clearly identify the services required for staffed residential care, with a particular focus on providing greater stability, long-term planning, quality programming, and experienced service delivery for our children and youth who are in need of these types of placements. Ultimately, our focus remains on ensuring the best interest of our most vulnerable children and youth throughout the province. While the RFP was issued for a total of 125 placements, this total number has since been reduced to 101 placements for a couple of different reasons. First off, we're happy to say that 10 placements originally required in the Central and East region, which spans from Conception Bay South to Central Newfoundland, the Springdale area. Those 10 placements are no longer needed. And these 10 children and youth have been placed in a Level 2 foster home and no longer in need of Level 4 placement. I have to note that it goes to show just how successful and effective our Foster Future recruitment campaign has been. And since this was launched as a multimedia campaign in November 2012, there's been over 500 inquiries received at the department, and there are 500 inquiries from people who have asked for further information about becoming foster parents. Over 190 of those have completed foster parent applications and have submitted them to the department, and to date there have been 86 new foster homes approved in Newfoundland and Labrador, which has created 136 placements for children and youth. The second reason for the decrease in the total number of placement needs is because of the fact there are 3 children in care who have specialized needs and that were not matched under the RFP process. So for the time being, these 3 children will continue to be cared for in the current placements, and they will be revisited. We will revisit these arrangements in the coming weeks. And finally, the RFP included a total of 11 placements in Happy Valley Goose Bay. And through the RFP process, unfortunately, there was no submissions received, and as well as for this particular part of this, in Happy Valley Goose Bay, the children will continue in the services that are currently being provided for them, and we will refocus on developing a new process to address those as well into the future. With respect to the Innu and Inuit zones, we will continue to work with our partners through our MOU planning circles to address Level 4 placements, and that's a matter that have been discussed already through our planning circles. As we continue to build a stronger foundation for the Department of Child, Youth and Family Services, our government is making a focus on the necessary reforms to safeguard our province's most vulnerable children and youth, as well as improving policy and service delivery. In just the last 2 years, we've made significant progress in the implementation of our continuum of care strategy, with Level 1 kinship homes and Level 2 foster homes being fully implemented last year in January 2013. Training for Level 3, which is specialized foster homes, is expected to begin in the coming weeks, and that's through an RFP process where we developed a partnership with a contractor who's in the process of finalizing the training program, and as I said, we look forward to this rolling out in the coming weeks. And now today, we're taking the next steps to implement the new delivery model for our Level 4 staffed residential placements. This new delivery model is demonstrating our government's commitment to ensure greater stability and meaningful programming that will focus on enhancing care options for children and youth in need of out-of-home placements. And today I'm pleased to announce that 7 contracts, some of which span 3 fiscal years, have been negotiated at a total cost of $36 million. These contracts will provide residential placements for just over 100 children and youth with the most complex emotional, medical, and behavioral needs. These negotiated contracts, which are for a total of 101 placements, is the exact number of placements for these contracts, have been signed by 4 separate service providers. Blue Sky, an organization based here in Newfoundland and Labrador that provides residential care and supports to children and families through a range of accredited programs and services. And Ann Whalen is here this morning representing Blue Sky. She's the Executive Director of Blue Sky. Key Assets is a nonprofit organization that provides residential care and support services to young people and families with complex needs. And Heather is here. Heather Modlin is here representing Key Assets, is Director with Key Assets. Waypoints is a non-profit charitable organization which has providing care to children and youth, vulnerable children and youth and families for more than 35 years. And I know Waypoints was formerly known as the St. Francis Foundation, I think around the mid-2000s, 2006, 2007. They did a transition to Waypoints, and Tara Lang, who's the board chair, is with us this morning. And as well, the 4th one is Shalom, which is a nonprofit organization that was formed in 1975. Which provides residential and support services to children and youth who are in the care of the Department of Child, Youth, Family Services. Mr. Rene Estrada is here with us this morning as well. He's the board chair of Shalom, and you think that's almost 40 years of service to children and youth from our province. I'm delighted to have all of them here with us this morning, and I met with them on Friday, this past Friday afternoon, to finalize and sign our contracts. And as a open government, it's our intention to make each of these contracts available for public access. We're currently working closely with these third-party providers to ensure, and all of us have agreed to review the contracts from a disclosure perspective, and recognizing that we'll have to ensure that we protect the financial interests and business interests of each of these operations and keep that protected on their behalf. And as well, and very importantly, we have to protect the personal information pertaining to children and youth involved in these new models, and of course that is a paramount consideration as well. And upon completion of our engagement process with our partners, we will post these contracts on the government website. So overall, this is a good day for our most vulnerable children in Newfoundland and Labrador. It's been a lot of work. It's been a long road to get to this point today, but I can tell you that we're feeling very excited about moving forward with the implementation of our new delivery model for Level 4 staff residential placements that will be providing a higher quality of programming and service for our province's most vulnerable children and youth.